We've been working to bring you more answers on an officer-involved shooting that took place late last night. We have team coverage this evening of what police and witnesses say happened that led up to the deadly shooting. Here's what we know from Spokane police. The situation began to unfold around 6 o'clock last night when they were called by a neighbor to serve an anti-harassment order on the man who was later shot. Officers weren't able to serve the order at that time. A few hours later, around 10 o'clock, the person called back again saying their neighbor was in their yard with an AR-15 style gun. Several Spokane police officers responded. Here's what officials say happened next.
At some point, shots were exchanged. The subject was struck by at least 2 officers who fired their weapons. First aid was immediately rendered to the subject, and he was transported to the hospital for treatment for his injuries.
Spokane police say the man died from his injuries at the hospital. Chief Idell says they also found a gun near the man. The Spokane police officers who shot at the man are now under administrative leave, which are the normal next steps in this type of situation. Now, Spokane police have not released the name of the man officers shot and killed, but his girlfriend reached out to KREM 2 News this morning. She says the man's name was Robert Bradley. KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez begins our team coverage tonight with an exclusive interview. Robert's girlfriend shared photos and videos of the moments before, during, and after police fired their weapons.
This is Robert Bradley and his girlfriend, Sarah McLaughlin.
He was 41 years old.
They were finishing up a busy weekend of camping and enjoying downtown Spokane.
We had just gotten back from Pig Out in the Park. We were camping. So he was bringing the guns inside from the van.
That's when Sarah says Spokane police came down the street.
He's digging through there looking for something, and he sits up, hands empty. Before he even has time to put his hands up, he's dodging bullets.
SPD says 2 Spokane police officers fired the shots. But let's back up and compare Sarah's story to the pictures and video we have gathered. Here's the van Sarah and Robert took camping in North Idaho this past weekend. You can see that same van here in the couple's home security system video. This is just after 10 o'clock last night. You can see Robert walk out of the house, unlock the van, then open the door. As Sarah mentioned, he seems to stand at the passenger door for the next 1 minute and 15 seconds. At 1 minute and 24 seconds into the video, you see 1, 2, 3 Spokane police officers enter the screen. Just 5 seconds after that, you see the first few shots flash. Then another round just seconds after that.
They didn't give it any time to react at all.
Spokane police say they acted quickly because they had received a report from a neighbor that Robert was outside with an AR-15 style gun.
No, he wasn't just wandering around with a gun in his hand. He was just loading stuff in and out like you do after your camping trip, you know?
Sarah says the person who called police is their next door neighbor.
Leading up to this was property line dispute.
Sarah says he had left this note threatening to tow away and trash anything over his property line. She says both Robert and the neighbor started the process of anti-harassment orders.
Nobody was threatened. There was no reason for anybody to get hurt.
Now Robert's family is left with frustration.
He didn't even have time to put his hands up before they shot him. There were kids in the house, dogs in the house, me at the front door with bullets just flying everywhere for no reason.
In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Nicole, thank you so much. And we also continue our team coverage of the shooting tonight. You just saw the video, what happened. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk joining us now in the newsroom, breaking down what you could hear caught on a neighbor's security camera.
Well, this neighbor told me she supports law enforcement and is pro-police, but after listening to what her security cameras picked up last night, she has a lot of questions and believes her neighbor had no time to understand what was happening, let alone put his hands in the air. In this video, you can't see the shooting. It happens off to the left, but you can hear officers yell Spokane police and ask the man to put his hands in the air. He shot less than 3 seconds after.
They kind of walked up on him in the dark and started screaming at him, so I'm sure they scared the crap out of him.
Amber Moore shared her video with KREM 2 and believes her neighbor had no time to react.
They didn't give him a chance to do anything at all. It was show us your hands, pop, pop, pop. They should have given him a chance. I mean, he's not somebody that would have pulled a gun on the police. He has his own business. He works, he takes care of his family.
Spokane police say the neighbor who called 911 said the man was outside with an AR-15 style rifle. As we reported, the man's girlfriend says he was just clearing out their van after a weekend of camping. Police say they did observe at least one long gun near the man.
Bad people are around, especially in this neighborhood, but Robert wasn't one of them. And he might have been a little crazy sometimes, but nobody deserves that for unpacking their van or for having beef with the neighbor that just moved in.
And we still don't know what officers themselves saw leading up to the shooting, but SPD says they were wearing body cameras. It's unclear if those were activated at the time. In the newsroom, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.